Hey, world, how you doing today? This is the Danny Malone function. I hope everybody had a great New Year. I'm back. Um, I just wanted to go over a few things before I start my show. New Year's passed. Did two things before the New Year. Did my show on 7th Street. Just to catch up on everything. I did the show on 7th Street, where I started at 7th and Tillman, where I did, the bad stuff, the drug dealing, the bad things that put me in bad situation, basically. To, about a year and a half ago, doing something good, starting something good, with phones and tablets. Started off with the tablets and then built up to the phones. Turning negative into a positive was the signal. I didn't want to let you guys look at me doing negative and then changing it to positive. I wanted to let you guys know that it went from negative to positive, and I did what I had to do. Um, and with the last show I did in the cemetery, it was crazy. It was raining. I just wanted to let you guys know, like, behind the scenes of how it went down. I mean, it wasn't like I had to beg, because it was about to be New Year's. The balls. I didn't know about the ball dropping on 7th to Hamilton. I just figured that out, that they actually do it. So that was crazy. So I had to go somewhere, and um, it was dark. The cemetery was dark. It was a bad bad situation because you couldn't actually see me, see my face, and I was like, ain't no, what to do. You probably see the caution, do not cross, crime scene tape behind me. Um, I want to let you guys know that that tape is there for a reason. I want you guys to know that that's what I came up off of as a juvenile, as a youngster, seeing tape like that and seeing stuff like that, people dying, people losing their lives over stuff that could have been talked about, could have been stopped. But, the crime scene tape is there just so you guys can see that, we're above, you know, doing stuff to make them that tape go up. I'm not into that. So I just wanted you guys to see that, that crime scene tape, and watch what you're doing. Watch what you're doing, because it's not a pretty sight to go to an area and see a family member or a friend or even a foe having tape around the area. It's not good. So I have it around me to remind myself, to remind my head, remind me that, doing bad, that's what happens. That's what comes out in the end of bad. So I have the crime scene tape up there just to let you guys see that that's not the way, and that's not the will. I caught up. We caught up a little bit. So what I wanted to talk about today on the Danny Malone function is for 2023, how to function. Um, I actually wanted to talk about money. I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about poor people. I wanted to talk about middle class people, and I wanted to talk about rich people. Now, this thing here is not that, it's not a hard thing to go over, but I definitely wanted to go over this for 2023. Um, and I wanted to identify what a poor person is, to my knowledge, it's my opinion. I mean, everybody has an opinion, and it counts. And I'm just gonna give you my opinion on um on how I would define a poor person and how I would define a middle class person and how I would define a rich person. And like I said, everybody has a different mindset on this and opinion on this. So it ain't like I'm, coming out of the geographical book or, you know, uh, looking at somebody or doing this or doing that. This is just my opinion. So, for the youngsters that, are tuning in because your parents are letting you tune in, it's appreciated. So I can teach you guys something. And the adults that don't know, you're gonna learn something too if you don't know about this. This is serious. This is something that can either make you or break you, take you where you need to be for 2023, and put you in a better situation in your mindset. You know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about poor people. Uh, the definition for the poor person is basically a person that lives check by check, that they are only looking forward to paying their bills. Basically, you're working that week or that 2 weeks, and when you get that money, you got to give it to somebody else. That's my opinion of a poor person. Someone that's actually working week to week and paying somebody else for the bills. Period. Now I know some people would, go back and forth with me with this. I mean, I hope not, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm saying that this is how I feel about it. A middle class person um, establishes good credit so they could buy things that they can't afford and pay it back over time. Basically, you're buying stuff that you don't really need, or you don't, that you could buy knowing that you could pay it over time. So that's a middle class person. Middle class person is someone that establishes their credit just to buy things that they can't afford so they can pay it back later. My feeling on that is crazy. A lot of people do this. A lot of people do this. And it's something that, it has to be looked at by the person, that is trying to establish credit. There's a reason for establishing credit. There's not, just because you establish credit doesn't mean that you could buy whatever you want to buy, knowing that you're gonna have to pay it over time anyways. It just don't make any sense. So that is my definition of the middle class person. Now we go to the rich person. The rich person is the one that takes the money and puts it into something to make more money. To actually say about that is like, you know, they have money and they're putting their money into other things that's gonna get them more money in the end. And that is the person that is gonna end up wealthy in the end. People start from the bottom and work their way up. People from the bottom work themselves up to get credit, to establish something, and then, fail. We don't want to fail. We want to go from poor to middle class to rich. And the only way you're going to do that is if you have your mindset set on goals, short term, midterm, long term goals. For the independent people out there, man and woman, because there is independent men out there that are taking care of their kids, and there's independent women out there taking care of their kids. It's just not independent women out there taking care of the kids. There's men out there that are independent that are actually taking care of their kids also. I just want to say for you guys, I know it's hard. I know that you have to work 2, 3 jobs. I know that The daycares are expensive. They're very expensive. Especially if you have multiple kids going to these places. The only thing I can say is, for the women, you know, stop being selfish. I could say that. You know, there's someone out there for you. You don't have to be independent and alone all your life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just because you had a bad relationship, or you had a bad baby father, or you had a bad baby mama. We're talking about both sides because I don't want to just be splitting up. I'm going to talk about both sides. Just because you had a bad baby mama or a bad baby father or whatever doesn't mean the next person is going to be like that. So, everybody says they need help, they need help, they need help with this, they need help with that, they need help with this. Well, you got to give somebody a chance to be in your life. And relationships, it could either make you or break you. But at the end of the day, you know and then you see, because like women, there's some women out there that had enough with men and they were women. I don't know how to put it in the manner for men. I don't know what the hell happened. I can't put it. I can't define that. There's no. I can't define that. The only thing I can define is women, and I apologize. But the women got so fed up with men that they decided to be with women. I mean, I don't know. That's what I see. I cannot define the man part. I don't. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. And it's in me to say something, but I can't. And I definitely don't want to go against the rules and get kicked off, YouTube for saying what I want to say. But I can't say anything because what I would say is something that would get me in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble by the people on this YouTube station. So, like, us men, we have to take the good with the bad, and vice versa, and change up our ways. As a man, you want to have this woman here, you want to have that woman there, you want to have it doesn't work. It doesn't work to have multiple women. It just doesn't work. It's going to get you sick, disease, and broke. To have a one woman, a good woman, that's faithful, that's loyal, and does have kids, you probably would have to be the stepdad. It is what it is. Um, to the individuals that don't have kids and are in relationships with that woman that that they're not your kids and you're the stepdad. Hey, it's crazy that I see a lot of relationships where you have the woman that has kids and the man that is the stepfather. He's doing a greater job than the actual father. And you see that in a lot of relationships. So, like, the real dads, step your game up. Because that don't make no sense for a stepdad to be greater than the actual dad that actually performed the act to put the baby in the world. You understand what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to me. But the stepdads are actually being better than the dads, and that shouldn't be good. That's not even a good situation. That shouldn't even happen. But it does. So in that situation, relationship wise, you just got to be the best that you can be on either side. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing against nobody. Just to let you know, like, I have respect for everybody. So it ain't like I have, a problem with what people like and what people love. If you like men, you like men. If women, like women. It is what it is. It ain't my life. It ain't my decision. I'm not God. I'm not none of that. So I'm just giving you examples in my opinion on why. And is it facts? It's my opinion. It's what I feel. It ain't what other people feel. It's what I feel. And whatever you guys feel, I'll listen. Excuse me. I'll listen to whatever you got to say. I'm not here to downgrade nobody. I'm not here to look at anything bad, in no way, shape, or form at all. I was just explaining one thing and I couldn't explain the other. That's it. And if I can't explain it, I'm not gonna lie or fraud or say something that I don't feel. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that. Uh so, for 2023, guys, what it comes down to is I'm gonna reiterate everything and then I'm gonna be done for the show today because I have to be brief. Um, reiterate. Poor people, middle class people, and rich people. These three things, you could be either or. You could be either one of these. You have the choice. You have the power. You have the power to be this. Okay? Poor person is the one that's making it check by check and paying their bills, worried about their bills. The middle class person is the one that establishes their credit so they could buy things they can't afford, knowing that they could pay it back over time. And the rich person is the one that uses their money to build other things so they can continue to have money coming in and build their situation in a better situation for not only themselves, but for their kids growing up. Maybe for their kids too. You never know. There's people out there, billionaires. You know how long, how much money, how long that can go. That can go forever. That can go to many families in the family tree, I should say. Um, so we talked about that, and we talked about relationships. Like, I know, like I said, a lot of men are doing it on their own with their kids. A lot of women are doing it alone with their kids. And all you hear from both parties is it's hard to do. Stop being selfish. Find you somebody that's good and give somebody a chance. The only way that you know this person ain't good is if they show it to you. You can't assume that person that is like outside and inside of your life here and there, whenever you want to get, whenever you want to have sex or whatever, you want to have, a little something, you go with this person and then you just flick them to the side. Whenever you want them again, you call them again. Nah, that's not how it's going to go. You're not going to get nothing out of that. You're still going to be in a built up situation where you're still going to have your bills. You're still going to have your stuff that you need to pay. So no matter what, it doesn't make any sense to get off with this person when you're just giving up your body, and it don't make no sense to somebody that you're not even going to be with. You're just giving up because it's time for, that person to come by. That's a booty call or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, learn to learn somebody. And if that person's for you, lock that person down with you and build something with that person and be loyal and have a little respect. Because at the end of the day, being alone ain't good. Being independent, taking care of your kids as a woman ain't good. Being independent as a man with kids, doing it yourself ain't good. So that man should find that woman, and that woman should find that man, and however it would go, So you're not independent anymore, and you could still be independent in a relationship. You still could be independent in having a friend to build that friendship, to build that relationship, to build that something that you're missing in life. So, my show is called Danny Malone Function for a reason, because if I'm functioning to my expectations and I'm fighting with myself every day to make myself better than what I did yesterday, to be better tomorrow from what I did today, I want to be better. I'm going to fight with myself every single day to be better for tomorrow. I'm going to see what I did yesterday and do better today. When you look at yourself in that mirror and you see yourself doing this, and you see that you're getting better and better and better and better, then that means that the positivity and the energy is going to be coming your way. And if you have that feeling of that positive energy coming your way, whoever it is, whatever sex it is coming your way, whatever it is, whoever it is, you got to give that person that chance, that moment. that moment, that chance, because it could either be a blessing to you or it could be an experience to you. Did you just hear what I said? That person that could be in your life can either be a blessing or an experience. Life is all about trials and tribulations, ups and downs. And you give somebody a chance, they make a mistake, then that's an experience that you learn from and you don't do it again and you don't go through that again. Look at the signs. There's signs. Look at the signs when you're talking to somebody. Look at the signs when you're texting somebody. Look at the signs when you actually meet this person. Look at the signs. The signs will tell you everything. We're not talking about no horoscope signs. We're talking about signs. We're talking about body language. We're talking about the way this person walks, the way this person talks, the where this person came from. These are the signs that you got to see. And you got to weigh out the goods and the bads, the disadvantages and the advantages of having this person in your life, man or woman. And maybe it'll take you out of that independent lifestyle and have somebody actually go 50-50 with you in a relationship. So basically, take down that wall, take down that block that you have around you, and be a little nice to people and invite people in. Because at the end of the day, God only puts people around people for a reason. And this is the Danny Malone Function. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for YouTube for giving me the airplay. I appreciate everybody that's listening, that's watching. And like I said, behind me, you see the tape. Don't let that, that tape be around you. The people that, that like to, shoot the guns and not want to fight, and the ones that want to sell the fake drugs and the fentanyl and all that pill, whatever they're doing. Don't be that person with this tape that's behind me around you. And the only way that can happen is if you change your people, places, and things. And if you change your people, places, and things, I guarantee you that you will never see anything like that around you ever. Because it's the way you move, not the way you run. Remember, the way you move and the way you run are two different things. The way you move, or the way, let's put it like this, the way you move, if you could move slowly around anywhere, showing your face. I remember when the masks was the mask. Remember the mask that we had to wear, during the pandemic. And I know people out there were so happy to wear that mask because they didn't want to be seen by people. They probably owed them money, or they probably did some dirt to people. You know what I'm saying? So these people got accustomed to wearing these masks. You know what I'm saying? So now people still wearing these masks. I'm telling you why they're wearing the mask. They're wearing the mask to hide. You know what I mean? You ever go anywhere and you see these people with their hoodies on going into the store? Yeah, they're hiding. They don't want to be seen by certain people. When I'm out there, I put my hoodie down. I want you to see me. I want you to see who the fuck I am. I want you to see who I am. I want you to see where I was back then and who I became today. Yes, I do. But there's a lot of people that are not in that higher standpoint. They like to have their hoodie on. They like to have that mask on still. COVID is back. Just for you people that don't know, there's people still getting COVID now. But what I'm saying is, there was a lot of people out there that had that mask on. And they had that mask on because they was hiding from people. They didn't want to be seen by people. And, it was funny to me, and the hoodies. The hoodies, they got the hoodies on, going in the stores and shit. I mean, it came to my knowledge, because I was just kept looking at this shit. So I'm like, damn, they're doing it. I might as well do it too. So I put my hoodie on. I put my hoodie on and shit, and I'm going into the store with my hoodie on. What the fuck am I doing that for? I need to do that shit. You're gonna see who I am, whatever. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hiding from any of you fools. Crazy. But I was just wanted to open let that be known. A lot of people used to have their mask on just for hiding purposes. I mean, it was retarded. I mean, there is people that had them that have them on, for purposes of COVID. Yeah, but it was a little bit OD after a while. Um, but I just had to get that off my chest. So this is the Danny Malone function. We talked about what we talked about with everything. I just wanted to define a few things and just speak what was on my mind today. It's rough doing a video in the cemetery. Just to let you guys know, it was really rough. I had a lot of butterflies that day. It was night time. I mean, it was crazy. I had to find the right people to actually help me with this, and I appreciate you guys. Blessings to you guys that helped me. I appreciate that. But this ain't easy to do. I'm just letting you know this is not easy to do. This is very um difficult. Just to let you know, it ain't easy. You understand what I'm saying? Being self-made, and doing things for yourself in situations like this, it's not easy. Just to let you know, it's very hard. So, I just want to let you guys know that when I do these shows, I put my all into it. I put 110% in it, and I do it myself, and I get some help, and I appreciate the help from the guys that help me. And God bless you and your family, and may 2023 come to you in a way that 2022 didn't. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope everybody that was down in 2022, you guys rise to the occasion for 2023 and be the best you could be. Because remember, God wakes us up every morning. But there's some people that don't wake up in the morning. So be blessed. And that's the Danny Malone function. See you next time.